Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris North and you are watching Smelly King Cologne Reviews. Today we're going to be doing a review of my favorite and what I think are the best, or 10 of the best Cheapies. And by Cheapies I mean fragrances under $40. Most of these are even closer to the $20 range, but fragrances that I think are the best in the cheapie range. I think I've got 13, so I'm gonna have 3 sort of on the outside. I mentioned a few of these in a previous video, so those are gonna be the ones on the outside. I wanna give you some new fragrances. So the 3 on the outside were in another video. The other 10 I'm gonna try to add some new ones. So let's get to it. All right, so the 3 that were in the other video, I'm not really gonna get too much into these. I just wanna show them and sort of reiterate the fact that these are really good. You have Ferragamo F Black, which is a nice peppery floral sort of winter fragrance. You have CK1 Shock, which is one of the best cheapies that I think you can get for winter. You have Cucumber in the opening, Clementine and Lavender, so it sort of makes it seem like it's not going to be as dark of a fragrance, and then when it dries down you get hit with the tobacco, the cashmere, and the black pepper, so it's sort of, and patchouli as well. It's a very nice winter fragrance. And then the other one that I included in another video, everyone's favorite to either love or hate, is Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man, which is basically just a Creed Aventus clone for less than 40 bucks. You can choose whether you want to love or hate it. I get longevity out of it, so I'm not going to complain. All right, let's get to the 10 new ones. Also, if you haven't noticed, I have a new setup behind me. Previously, I had the sort of that wood built-in cabinet. Some people loved it, some people hated it. And then I went into my kitchen and did it at my dining room table. Some people like that background. Some people said, I want to see your bottles. So I went and bought a shelf and have the bottles behind me. You can sort of see some of them. But yeah, this is a third position that I'm trying. Hopefully this will be a nice one. I like this because I have them behind me and I also have a light that I can sort of change some ambience to, which is not too bad. So the first one I'm going to go over is Perry Ellis 360 Red. This came out in 2003 and it's compared a lot to Acqua di Gio from Giorgio Armani, and for the price it's pretty spot on. In the opening you have a lot of citruses, so you have that mandarin orange, which is the first one that I smell, a little bit of lime, clove, and cinnamon in the opening. Your heart notes you have parsley and lavender, and then your base notes you have patchouli, sandalwood, musk, and cedarwood. Perry Ellis 360 green, Perry Ellis 360 black, regular Perry Ellis 360. They all come in this cylindrical, this bottle, just in different colors. But this is the 1.7 ounce, and you can get that for about $16 to $20. If you want the Acqua di Gio smell without the Acqua di Gio price tag, even though it's actually not too much anymore, for 20 bucks, Perry Ellis 360 Red. It's a good way to go. And the next one is another one that seems to be controversial in the community for some reason. It is Versace Dreamer. I've used quite a bit of this one actually. I found this one at TJ Maxx for like 25 bucks. I think they're going for like 32 now, but either way, it's below $40, so it's a nice cheapie. The notes in this one are juniper, iris, amber, and tobacco flower. This is another one that I would say is probably more for a winter wear fragrance. Yeah, I don't want to waste too many sprays of this. I don't have too much left, but this one's beautiful in my opinion. I don't know why it gets so much hate. Perfect winter fragrance. Yeah, the price this is going for now, I think I saw it at TJ Maxx for about $32. You can get it on discounters for, if you get a tester, which just doesn't come with the box because the lid is built in, the top just pushes down, so there's no actual lid. You can get it for about 28 bucks, but I think that's a steal. It's a beautiful fragrance. Versace Dreamer opens up a little floral with the iris and then dries down into a nice tobacco. It's actually said tobacco flower, so I'm not sure if it's, to me, the note isn't super like dark tobacco, so I'm assuming the tobacco flower is a little bit lighter, but yeah, it's floral all the way through, but the tobacco adds a nice dark side to it, which is perfect for the winters. And next, a fairly big designer name for most people, but this is actually pretty affordable. Coach for Men, which is sort of Coach's take on the blue fragrance market to compete with like Versace Dylan Blue, Dior Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, all of those fragrances. This came out in the year 2017, and the main notes in this one are pear, bergamot, and kumquat in the opening. Kumquat's kind of a rare fragrance to use. Coriander and geranium in the middle, so it's floral in the mid. Vetiver, suede, and ambergris in your base notes. And the prices for this, for a 1.3 ounce, which is sort of a small bottle, I think it's 40 milliliters on $23 on discounters. You can get a 2-ounce bottle for $31, and if you want to go just slightly over the $40 price tag, which is this 3.4 ounce bottle, you're looking at around $46. But for under $40, you can get the 2 ounce or the 1.3 ounce. And this is a very, very nice competitor to all those other blue fragrances I named earlier for under $40. Goodbye. Not goodbye, but this is a goodbye. The next one is a classic. It gets compared to Creed's Green Irish Tweed. It's Davidoff Cool Water. This came out in 1988. People have been using it since, and it still picks up and gets compliments. This can be had for right around $20. If you go to see a rack store, sometimes you can get a little smaller bottle. I think this is a 4 ounce bottle. You can typically find a 2 or 3 ounce bottle somewhere around for $15, but for $20, you can get yourself a nice big bottle of Davidoff Cool Water. The main notes in this one: lavender, mint, and rosemary in the opening, geranium and neroli in the mid, and amber, tobacco, and cedar wood in the base. This is definitely, hence the name Cool Water, a summer fragrance for sure. A little synthetic, but that's, I mean, for the $20 price tag, that's not something you can really complain about. But yeah, it's compared to Green Irish Tweed, which runs around $300 to $400 a bottle. So for $20, it's kind of hard to beat that. Just smells like a very aquatic, fresh fragrance. So something you would definitely wear in the heat or to the beach. And probably one of the newer fragrances on the list came out in 2020. We have Yoice Ice. Yoice, the older brother of this, is one that came out in, I think, 1989, 1990, somewhere around there. And it's another classic, sort of like Cool Water. Everyone wore it back then. So this is the newer, younger brother flanker of that. And this is a big 4 ounce bottle, which you can get for about $21 on discounters. So this is a big bang for your buck buy here. The notes that are in this one are, in the opening, you have bergamot and grapefruit. In the mid notes, you have orange blossom and tobacco. And then in your base notes, you have sandalwood. You have the bergamot, the citrus in the beginning, the orange blossom in the mid. I can sort of smell in the opening as well. And the tobacco is a very, very, very light tobacco. It's not super harsh, not super strong, but it's very light. This one's classified as a sweet fruity, but this is another perfect summer fragrance for about $21. If you like Yoice at all, this sort of still has that same Yoice DNA, but just a more fresher summer version of it, newer. Again, yeah, perfect for $21. And it's a big blue bottle, 4 ounces. So and this next one, the original Encore Noir, it can be a little harsh for some people. I've got Encore Noir Extreme, like right there. This is Encore Noir Sport. So it's a little easier to handle. A lot of people say that Encore Noir smells like death. Some people said it smells like a funeral home or what the inside of a casket would smell like. I quite like it. I don't think it smells as dark as people say it does, but to each his own. The sport version takes that same DNA and makes it a little more fresh, so it's not as dark and dreary as what some people say the original Encore Noir smells like. Came out in 2013, and the main notes in this one are grapefruit, cypress, bergamot, and lavender in the opening. You have 2 different types of vetiver in the mid, so bourbon vetiver and Haitian vetiver. And then in your base, you have musk and cashmere wood. It sort of smells like you're camping in the middle of the woods and it's raining, sort of that smell, if that makes any sense at all. Like the wood smell from the cypress, wet grass smells, which you sort of get from the vetiver. So that's what it smells like to me. Just looking at one of the reviews, it says fragrance to give yourself a treat on a gloomy day. This is something you probably want to wear on a rainy day. You can wear it whenever the heck you want. It's your fragrance, but this would be a nice rainy day fragrance. And this one can be had for, if you get the tester without the box, it's $25. If you get the full size, like this one, and the box, it's for about $33 on discounters. Again, something to wear on rainy days. You can wear it summer and or winter, but this is the perfect rainy day fragrance. The next one is the newest one in my collection, and it is Azzaro Visit. A very woody fragrance. This came out in the year 2003. And your notes in this one are nutmeg, pink pepper, and cardamom in your opening. In your mid notes, you have frankincense, which is like an incense smell, musk and ambergris. And in your base notes, you have cedar and gaiac wood. And this is a really cool bottle. It's sort of like the whole piece up here pushes down to spray. Very nice atomizer. It immediately just smells like cedar. I know cedar's in the base notes, but I immediately just smell cedar. It smells like Commodities book, which I wore when I was doing yard work about 2 weeks ago. Which just smells like a giant library of freshly printed books. This is the much cheaper version because you can get this for about $24 on discounters. Book from Commodity runs about $105. If you like the smell of cedar, wood, a little bit of incense, and some pink pepper, $23, this is perfect. So this is Guess 1981 Los Angeles. You can sort of tell what this fragrance is going to be like based on the liquid color. It's very, very dark. And this came out in the year 2019, so it's sort of, yeah, it's another one of the newer ones on my list. I saw somebody on Instagram, one of the guys that I follow on Instagram, did an unboxing on this, and I was looking for it for the longest time at TJ Maxx. I went into a couple of TJ Maxx's and eventually I found it. Of course, this is the very small bottle. You can get the big 3.4 ounce bottle for about $24 to $25. I think I paid $20 for the smaller one, but I had to have it, so. The notes in this one, the main notes are bergamot, black pepper and plum in your opening, ginger, geranium, and spearmint in the mid, so floral minty, which is nice. And then the base is very dark. You have vetiver, tobacco, sandalwood, and amber. And I love the wood cap. Probably plastic made to look like wood, but adds a nice touch. It smells very creamy, if that makes any sense. Black pepper, the spearmint is definitely opening in the middle. I think that's what gives it that creamy aspect. But black pepper, spearmint, and woody tobacco, another perfect winter fragrance. This smells like it sells for a lot more than the $25 that it sells for. I would pay $50 to $60 for a fragrance that smells like this. So if you find this at a TJ Maxx, or if you're looking for something that's a nice woody fragrance with a little bit of spearmint in it, a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of black pepper, $25, this is perfect. Halloween Man X. This line used to be called Jesus del Pozo, but it's recently been changed to Halloween Man. I have Halloween Man Shot, a smaller bottle of the regular Halloween Man, and then Halloween Man X, which in my opinion is the best from the line. $25 for a big, I think this is a 4 ounce bottle, 4.2 ounce bottle, so this is another big boy bottle. If you love coffee fragrances or just coffee, the smell of coffee in general, you can't beat for $25. This is the way to go for sure. And this came out in 2019, and your main notes in this one, in the opening you have lavender and lemon. Your mid notes, whiskey, roasted coffee, leather and cinnamon. And in your base notes you have tonka bean, which you find quite often with vanilla and coffee, amber and frankincense. Yeah, so in the opening, the lemon and lavender is the first thing you smell immediately. And as this dries down throughout the day, the coffee just gets stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And this lasts 7, 8, dare I say 9 hours. So this is a beast fragrance. I don't actually drink coffee, which is funny. I just love the smell of coffee. For $25, you can't beat that. And that might actually be my favorite in this entire list. For $25, I think that might be the best buy on this entire list. What I would compare that to, Rojas Man, maybe, but Rojas Man's about the same price, $25 to $30. Rojas Man's a little more sweet. I think it has vanilla in it. So I prefer the much drier take that Halloween Man X does. Galleria Parfums is a newer niche house, and they have a fragrance called Cognac Cafe, which in my opinion is the best hands down coffee fragrance. Granted, it's $205 a bottle and this is $25. But I would compare that to Cognac Cafe. Cognac Cafe takes it a little bit to the next level, adds some sweetness to it, makes it a lot creamier, and I just can't get enough of this stuff. I only have a decant of it. I gotta watch when I spray it, but Halloween Man X is very close to that for $25. And last on my list, we have Bentley For Men Intense. Again, dark fragrance. Look at the dark liquid. I would compare this one to Gucci Guilty Absolute, which I absolutely love. My wife, not so much. She actually likes this one, which should say something, but Gucci Guilty Absolute is a very, very, very dark fragrance. Like when you smell it, you immediately get a hair on your chest. This takes that same DNA, makes it a little bit sweeter, a little more wearable. This is the most masculine fragrance on my list. You can find this 3.4 ounce bottle for about $35 on discounters. The fragrance came out in 2013. The main notes that you're gonna smell on this fragrance, black pepper and bay leaf in the opening. In your mid notes, you have cinnamon, rum, and woody notes. And then your base notes, you have leather, cedar, patchouli, sandalwood, and frankincense. Between these two are my favorites. I just think it's hard to beat. $25, $35. And Gucci Guilty Absolute, you can get a small 1.6 ounce bottle for about $50. You're getting double the size for $15 less. And it's a little more wearable. It's a little sweet, so it's not as masculine, punch you in the face the entire time. It dries down to something that's a little bit different, a nice sweet side to it. All right. Well, that's it. Hope I helped you guys make some buying decisions if you're looking for fragrances under $40. I'm gonna be doing some more list videos coming up. I know I'm blocking most of the fragrances, but let me know what you think of the new setup, or if you prefer the old one. I already bought the dresser, so at this point it is what it is, but still like to know what you think. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.